Only a tiny bit to go of To the Left from My War with the United States. Ludwig, our narrator, has started to go crazy working at the mental asylum and has had to do many mental exercises to stay sane, including starting to draw scenes from Tyrol, where he grew up. But he had a really good conversation with a rabbi and has started to be presented to different social circles by the soldiers. So we will pick up from where we left off. The soldiers have to go home alone. All the girls, even the unfortunate looking, are protected and taken away by parents or chaperones. They are all of nice or better people, and our men, as they go home, complain about not being able to get them. They say that very plainly, and exchange their opinions as to how well it would be to have this or that one, and why. They do that still in the dark in their beds, and the phrase usually is, "I bet you that blonde would be a good love." Only a more direct word is used for love. I can talk now, particularly to Doris. Her parents are German. They have a very feudal estate on the shores of a lake, several automobiles, servants and factories, also horses and a billiard room. The chauffeur, who is also German, calls for me in the high Pierce-Arrow car, and the food there is extremely good, also the wines, mostly good Moselles and Rhine wines. One of the rooms in this house is decorated like a Bierstube, and the old gentleman, head of the family, is a doctor, plain and elegant, and his wife is kind, motherly, and very plain in her dress. We speak mostly in German, of Germany, of Munich, of the Rhine, also of Meran and Tyrol. I think the war makes him sad, and he is glad a soldier who is German visits him. On Saturdays, when the sun is out, we go riding, and when it rains, we sit in the house and read. Doris is proud of having a soldier. There seem to be no officers around, or at least none she likes better, and she says that, if we wanted to get married, her father would do nothing about it, because I am in the army and an American soldier and citizen. Also because I am German, it would make him happy anyway, and so it would be pleasant all around. But nothing became of it, because I was afraid to ask her. There is much work at the fort. New patients have arrived, many of them. New barracks are going up. The kitchens are enlarged, and the mess halls made twice as big as they were. And the mess halls made twice as big as they were. Everyone is working very hard. What with this work, the Rabbi Copland, the parties, and Doris, her horses, and the country, the fear is almost gone, and appears only in the middle of the night when I awake trembling and wet from toes to the top of my head. But now I am so well trained that even without preparation in the bath, I can hang my pictures over the terror quickly and blot it out. The great misfortune is over there in the hospital. Instead of locking the patients up together, marching them around to the ugly mess halls, where they must be quiet, and then having them sit on their beds all day long, where they are stuck in misery and illness, and when this overcomes them, fighting them down. If each one could be taken away alone with somebody who cared and taught them how to think their way out of this, they might be helped. That is the hopelessness of the asylum. They should be far away from it, from their own kind, and if they have no good memories to think of, then the present should be made happy and light for them. Their cure need only be a landscape, a decent person, even a dog or a horse, but it should be some one thing they can love outside of themselves. But of course I cannot see myself how this could be put into practice. And that's the end of To the Left.